Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Mr. Richard's Journal. Today we're going to take a look at paper chromatography, but we're going to use a little twist I put on this, and we're going to do it with a round filter paper. So let's get started. And what we want to do to start with, we want to have the round filter paper, and then we want to have something to poke a hole in the center with it. I'm just going to use this sharpened pencil and gently poke a hole through the center. It does not have to be gigantic. And you can see the hole here that I poked in the center. And next thing I want to do is I want to select some markers. Now what I found that was really interesting is that if we take a black marker and do this, we can find out that black markers really aren't made with black ink. I was kind of very surprised to find that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this black marker and I'm going to darken the center of the disc at this point. And I'm going to think ahead that I'm going to use this as kind of a little decoration, maybe a gift I can give somebody. So if there's something I want to remain permanently on my disc that I don't want to get smeared, I'm going to have to write it and I'm going to have to use a permanent marker. So like in this case I'm going to be using a Sharpie brand marker, but as long as it's a permanent marker it doesn't really matter. So I am going to write on this. We have here, congratulations class of 2020. That's going to be my decoration. And the next thing I need to do is I need to have a wick. So I'm just going to take a piece of scrap filter paper and I'm going to just roll it up and make a wick. Now notice about 5 minutes ago I got myself into a leaky bottle of whiteout, so that's what that's all about. You don't have to do that if you want to do this activity. It's not required. Okay, I rolled this up into a tight wick, and now I'm going to poke it through the hole that I previously made, just so it's touching the paper, and then it's sticking out the bottom side. Next, I'm going to fill my little tray with some water. I don't want to fill it all the way up, but I want the bottom covered with water. And now, I just put the wick into the water, and we wait and see what happens. All right, this is interesting. We're starting to see a little bit of differentiation here. You're starting to see a little bit of different colors. You maybe see a little bit of green, a little bit of yellow in this as it starts to spread out. What's happening is that the black ink is made up of a mixture of different colored inks, and the different colored inks will dissolve at a different rate than each other. So in this case you see that the yellow is getting a little bit left behind, so we're going to assume that the yellow ink dissolves a little bit slower than the green ink, which is a little bit more advanced on the disc than the yellow ink. That's pretty neat. Now at this point I'm going to start carefully adding some more color into the ring. So if I carefully just take the ink and I add it close to the center near the wick, I can start adding a variety of color, and you'll start to see that that color will also start to dissolve. It also has solubility, and it will start to dissolve in the water. And in this case, the water is going to be the solvent, and the ink is going to be the solute. The solute is dissolving in the solvent, and it's going to be spreading through the disc along with the water. Now let's just have some fun, just add some colors kind of randomly and see what happens. While you're adding color to the disc, you want to be really careful not to push too hard, because you don't want the disc part to be pushed down too deep and touch the surface of the water. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to fill the water all the way up to the side of the tray. That's going to totally ruin it, so don't do that. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Running out of battery power, so this is about it, and we'll take a look at our final result here in about 10 minutes. See you then.